to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain roll, let rain
And good morning. Welcome to Today to Races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. We're going to get you ready for our live racing today and also live racing tomorrow for President's Day. Make sure you have that on your calendar. Come on out here, spend the Monday holiday with us tomorrow. But real quick, let's recap our big Super Saturday yesterday. It was our annual Sprint Fest Winter Carnival. We had 5 stake races, including 2 Grade 3s, the Grade 3 General George and the Grade 3 Barbara Fritchie, and they didn't disappoint. Some great racing yesterday. We'll get to that. Real quick, the numbers. We had a big day. We had a big crowd here yesterday. The sports book and the sports bar, they were packed. Everybody, there was a big line for the ice wall where you could chip away at $3,000 in prizes. We had that snazzy Tech Glove giveaway. So we had a big crowd yesterday, and they showed up to bet. The handle was up 62% from last year, and the in-state handle was up a lot as well. So a big crowd yesterday and a big handle on our Winter Carnival.
Indicators early when I saw some of their early pulls that it was going to be a monstrous day here at Laurel Park, and it turned out to be a great day. Love seeing the big crowd out on the apron, enjoying the live races, some good competitive racing, some big payouts. Hey, our late pick 5 yesterday, $25,000. One lucky fan, looks like a single ticket, took it down. Awesome, awesome day of racing at Laurel. And I tell you, General George, uncontested, and Fritchie, late night powwow, great performances.
Yeah, uncontested. I overlooked that horse. He ran huge last December with McCarthy aboard, 100 buyer in December, and he fired a bullet yesterday for a new trainer, Jen Patterson, the former exercise rider of Orb, who won the Kentucky Derby for the Hall of Famer Shug McGahee. So she's paid her dues and gets her first stakes win, a Grade 3 with uncontested in the General George. And then how about the filly, the West Virginia filly? She's a superstar in the making. She won her 9th race in a row yesterday when she stepped up the Grade 3 company and handled everybody in the Barbara Fritchie. She had to repel a Grade 1 winner coming at her late, the favored Spice Perfection, but nobody was going to get by late night powwow. I think she's Grade 1 material down the line for trainer Javier Contreras.
I think she proved it yesterday. Got a nice little inviting seam, top of the stretch, took advantage of it, but was so determined, was not going to let Spice Perfection go by.
And then the 3-year-old's Always Mining. That's a nice Maryland-bred 3-year-old for trainer Kelly Rubley. He loves Laurel Park. Now what do you do? I'm sure he got a big number yesterday winning the Miracle. He won it by daylight. Do you go for one of the bigger 3-year-old preps in March and maybe try to get points for the Derby, or do you come right back here to Laurel Park and you'll be 2-5 in the private terms? You'll gallop in the private terms, and then you come. You win the Tessio in April, and you get a free ride to the Preakness. That's what I would do. Skip that 20-horse bumper car race down there in Louisville. Stay here at Laurel Park where the horse loves it and get that free ride to the Preakness.
I mean, if I owned him, that would be my move. I'd take a little softer path with this horse. You got to look at what he's kind of run against. I know the Trombetta horse that went down to Tampa. Okay, but
our brain trust.
Yesterday he got away with an easy pace up front, relaxed. They came to him. Now he's got another gear.
Yep.
Can he do that against maybe a saltier field with a little bit more speed in the race that he's going to have to deal with? I want to see him show a little bit of maybe of a rating gear. I know he has it on the front of it, sit off of it and get a little target. You get in those bigger fields congested and they just go. How is he going to react? But hey, you can't knock what he's done so far. Great job by the connections.
Yeah, nice ride by Daniel Centeno for Kelly Rubley on Always Mining. And he's a Maryland bred. We had a Maryland bred win the wide country yesterday as well. An upset winner
Yeah.
for Katie Voss. She's the owner and breeder with Bob Manfuso and Wayne Harrison. Las Citas by Seville, who died too young. They were very high on Seville, a Galileo stallion that was here in Maryland. He had a freak accident, I think a field accident, and died. But Seville, the sire of Las Citas, and she stepped up to Stakes Company with ease yesterday.
Another one. Got clear early, relaxed on the lead. The challengers came, and just pulled away. And this is a horse that was well meant. I heard a little bit of chatter about this horse before its first start. So she's kind of living up to that talk right now.
And then our Maryland Million Classic winner from a couple years ago, Bonus Points, comes from far back to win the John B. Campbell. Nice timed ride there by Fergal Lynch, who's won some nice races on Bonus Points.
Yeah, little bumper car through the stretch with Monongahela. Bonus Points, I could not come up with him. I know he's a horse. When you talk Lynch,
loves Laurel.
Yeah, he loves Laurel. And, he just hasn't really followed through the last couple races, but he put it together yesterday. That was definitely an upset. But how often do you see horses like that for Petrikov at that kind of price?
Yeah, big price on Bonus Points.
Yeah.
So big day yesterday. We had the promotion in the Daily Racing Forum for the late pick 4, and we had a big handle in the late pick 4. So nice job by the racing office, marketing management, the track crew. The track was great yesterday.
Yes.
We had some nice fast times and a safe day yesterday. So a big winter carnival yesterday. We'll look forward to it again next year. But let's get you ready for a Sunday fun day here at Laurel Park. Here's today's carryover in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Going to start race 3 today on the 8-race program. And there it is, $1 over 5,200. Tim Tulloch, my co-host in the afternoon, he has a ticket for that. We'll show you that in a few minutes. And the big carryover next Friday. Let's show it. There it is, almost 170,000 in the Stronach 5 next Friday, February 22nd. This is a very popular national wager with an industry low 12% takeout. And it was just explained to me next week the pool is expected to be around 500,000, 500,000. And essentially you're playing with no takeout. Essentially you're playing with a positive because the 12% takeout, 12% of 500,000, that's 60,000, okay? Yep. So you have 169,000 there in the carryover. You minus 60,000 from that, you're still with 110,000 to the good. So it's like you're playing with no takeout in the Stronach 5 next Friday.
No, it's a no-brainer to step in and play that bet next week. I think that's a reasonable number, 500,000 target for that pool.
All right, let's get right to it today. Let's show you a picture of the main track, a fast track, a perfect fair playing racetrack. Let's see the conditions. First race post time is 12:30, and we'll be in the mid-30s, cloudy today with a fast track. All right, let's get right to it here in race 1. Race 1 will start the rolling super high 5. We have that every race with 7 or more horses, and we have a low takeout in the super high 5. That's only 15%, and a little carryover here in the opener, a little shy of 1,400 for the rolling super high 5. They don't hit that here in race 1. That'll carry over to the next race with 7 or more, which will be race 4.
Yeah.
All right, race 4 is the next one if they don't hit it here in the opener. Also, race 1 kicks off that popular early pick 5. Both your pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. It's a mandatory payout on this early pick 5 starting race 1. I have a ticket. Let's take a look. I couldn't find a single on my early pick 5. I have a single for my late pick 5 ticket. Couldn't find a single here. $48 ticket. I go 4 deep here in race 1 using the 1, 2, 5, 6. The second race I go with the 4, 5. The third race I go with the 4, 6 there. And then race 4 I go with the 4, 5, 9. And then we wrap it up in race 5. That's a nice maiden 50,000 claimer for 3-year-olds going a mile and a 16th. And your 3 to 5 favored, the 2, Padrino's Heart, scratch from race 5. So I end up with the 6 Glorious Weekend on top. But I think the 5 Canal Point for the Red Hot Barn, a trainer Cal Lynch. I think that horse might run a nice race today, stretching out in his second career start. So 5-6 for me there in race 5. Let's take a look at race 1. 7 furlongs, maiden claiming 16,000, 3-year-old fillies. I go with the 6 on top. Queens are better. You're 8 to 5 favored for trainer Tim Salzman. Yomar Ortiz on this filly by Warriors Reward. A good second at this level 2 starts ago, and then bounced last out. Had to break from the 1 hole in a 9-horse field, checked around the far turn, and was a beaten favorite for maiden 10. But now steps back up here to the maiden 16, and you have a couple stepping up here from the maiden 10. So you probably figure maybe the maiden 10 didn't go or something. They all ifed here to the maiden 16. But this filly has speed on the outside, should get a nice trip, and finds a soft field today.
A little bit of a lateral move, yeah. And I tell you, held well despite the traffic last time out. Caught a dropper there. Allison Kay was a McMahon horse dropping down, I believe, from 25. Queens Are Better 2-back try was a video spotlight horse for us. Starting Tour, who beat her, was 9-5 yesterday in that 25 claimer. Had some trouble, ran at 37. Queens Are Better looks like the controlling speed in this race. I think the 1-1 odd story could go out and lay close, but with Forest Boys, I think she's going to take a stalking position with the 1. That sets it up maybe for the 2 to pick up the pieces. Lucky Dilly, a horse I think is a little bit better suited to 7 Furlong. Is going to have a little bit more of a sustained run today. Going to need a duel, I think, to set it up. But Queens Are Better looks like she should get through the maiden ranks today with a front-running effort.
All right, and real quick, I used a 5 Pink Pearl third start for this Animal Kingdom filly for trainer Phil Schoenthal. The first 2 didn't go very well. Maiden special weight, maiden 50,000. Now a big drop to the maiden 16 with a 10-pound apprentice. That might wake the filly up a little bit. You use the 7 Simard Shenanigan for trainer Jose Corrales. And this is a new jockey around here, David Egan. I believe he was here around here last winter.
Okay.
And he just got back in town. He's riding horses in the morning, out there working horses in the morning. I met him this morning. Nice young jock. Was walking around doing some work, and he's riding for Corrales here in the opener.
And showing a little bit of finish the last couple races, a little bit of a wake-up. She's going to be back early. Doesn't have really kind of the speed to lay close to this field. Looks like an underneath user to me.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. You like the early pick 4 today, starting in the second. Let's check it out, see how you played it.
I got a single there in the 5th, Stan. You left that horse out of your early pick 5. I'm going to maybe try to convince you to throw this one in for Gary Capp. But we're going to go 3 deep to get you started in race number 2, 2, 4, and 5. I like Lyre as a little shot here, a little freshening for Valor Testament. Third race, the 4, 5, and 6. Price user Cherry and the Hawk have a stat for her later. Fourth race, the 4, 5, and 9 look like the logical contenders in race number 4. In the 5th, I like this 3, Giant Viking. Well, nowhere near the 8-1 now that the 3 to 5 other Gary Capp is scratched. Giant Viking, got a stat for that one as well. I think that horse is going to be difficult on the front end. $13.50 for your ticket.
Yeah.
Very, very affordable.
Giant Viking, a first-time gelding today for Gary Capuano. I might have to give that horse a second look in race 5. Let's take a look here at the second race. Maiden claiming 16,000 for 3-year-olds, going 6 furlongs. We both used the 5 a little bit here. The 5 is going to be one of your favorites, Lucky Leonard. We have a video spotlight to show you. Let's show you his debut effort here at Laurel back in early January against Maiden 10,000.
Yeah, it was well meant. Bumped around a little bit in a little tight and had to steady. Just broke ever so slightly in the air. And then took a rating hole from behind rivals around the turn. Had to wait for some room. Finally gets it here at the 3/16 pole. You know, showed a little heart there, slipping through a tight spot, heading to the 8th pole. Very willing to the wire is Lucky Leonard. An encouraging debut run. Right back, a little bit of a raise. And like I say, this race, not super tough. I think Lucky Leonard's going to benefit off of that experience.
All right, so the Lucky Leonard I use in my exacta, Ricardo Chappie's been doing well the past couple weeks. This horse was claimed out of that debut by Bruno Tessori. Takes a little step up here. Should get a nice trip on the outside. We both pick against the horse. We both like the horse, but I have the 4 on top here, higher purpose. Your 9-5 morning line favored for this race. You get the leading rider, Trevor McCarthy, to ride. Beaten favored last out for Maiden 10 in the slot, but ran a decent second that day. Now steps up off the claim for trainer Chucky Houghton. The blinkers go on. You get a top rider like McCarthy. So the 4 higher purpose is going to be tough here, I think, in the second.
Certainly looks like the speed of the speed. Definitely the one to beat. Blinkers go on. I guess it's a positive that he's raising up off the claim. The negative was a jam job. Was kind of a giveaway by Morley. Frustrating, but sometimes some other horses, you know, from these barns, they just want to cast off. Hey, Some trainers that maybe don't have a ton of stock will reach in and grab and improve. So higher purpose, the one to catch in race 2. I go with the 2 Liar, a horse that's kind of had some tough trips. Fresh and second blinkers. I think this horse is going to have some finish in this race. We saw dueling with in the Nick Papa Giorgio race, a horse that's come on and done well. Liar, sneaky horse, going to slip away 5-6 to 1. I think can make a run from mid-pack.
All right, looks like we like the same 4 horses there in the second. Let's turn the page here. Race 3 will kick off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 today. Don't sleep on it. Normally starts in the 4th, but 8-race program today starts in race 3. There's the carryover today, $5,201 for the Pick 6. My co-host this afternoon, Tim Tulloch, he has a ticket. Let's just check it out real quick and see how he played it. He has a very affordable $33.60 ticket. In the 3rd, he goes with the 4 and the 6. Race 4, he uses the 4-5. Then the 5th, he uses the 3-4. His single on this ticket comes in race 6. That's a maiden 10. He likes the 2 there. She's a lemon drop kid for Anthony Ferrier. Then he hits the all button there in race 7, and then goes 3 deep in the finale, 4, 6, 7. You can study all of our multi-race wager tickets on the laurelpark.com website underneath the handicapping section. Let's take a look at the 3rd. Claiming 16,000, Philly mares 4 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. We're going a mile. I go with a little bit of a price play here. The 6 brushing, because the 4 Turing machine is going to be your heavy favorite here. So I go with the 6 brushing. 7-2 McCarthy aboard for Hammy Smith. A nice maiden win 2 starts ago, going 7 furlongs. An okay 4th. Last out at this level, going 2 turns. The horse should be dead fit. A 4-year-old daughter by Hunter's Bay. She's not too special. She was 20-1 in that race last out at this level, but she got steadied late and only got beat 2 lengths. So I'll take a shot with McCarthy on the 6 brushing.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of speed, really no speed at all, but improved. I like the effort. Big jump up in the number at 1 16, turning back to a mile shorter field. Trevor's going to have to kind of get her into the flow probably by the 5/16 pole if she's going to have a serious chance to maybe run down Touring Machine, who's kind of taking this little bit jam up against Exhilarating last time. The flow's going to be okay. I think Scarlet Tanager, the 2, is going to go to the front. 3's a little bit of a chaser. Touring Machine, if she falters, Cherry and the Hawk. It might be looking a little bit crazy, but this move for Schoenthal is a good one. Allowance to claim her. I know we're second off a little bit of a layoff, but how about this? Last 3 years, 7 for 16. 44%, 10 for 16 in the money. Dirt Runners allowance to claiming ROI of over $4. We caught him with a runner like this. I think it was Phase the Nation a couple months ago, Stan. Cherry and the Hawk has run well at the mile distance, has won at a mile. I think it's a stalking trip in here. The blinkers come off, maybe relax a little bit more, have some finish. There's your price user in the Exactus in race number 3.
All right, so we like some similar horses there in the 3rd. It's a 5-horse field to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. I also like the late Pick 5. That's coming up in the 4th race. We have some more video spotlights to show you. Let's get a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
When it comes to getting back in the game, there's only one team to turn to. The team more high school, collegiate, and professional athletes train and recover with. That team is MedStar Sports Medicine. For more than 30 years, MedStar has served as a leader in the diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation of orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Ranked among the top programs in the Maryland and Washington regions, we offer rapid access to athletes of all levels. Let the pros who treat the pros treat you. MedStar Sports Medicine.
Okay, welcome back. Today's late Pick 5 with that industry-low 12% takeout. It starts in race 4. No carryover today in the late Pick 5. They hit it yesterday for about $26,000. Big payout yesterday in the late Pick 5, but we still have that low takeout. I have a ticket for the late Pick 5. Let's take a look. $36 play for my late Pick 5. I go with the 4-5-9 here in race 4. In the 5th, I go with the 3-5-6 in there. Race 6, I think that's a wide open maiden 10. I go 4 deep there with the 2-3-4-7. In race 7, that's a nice open 12-5 claimer for 4 and up. Wide open condition there in race 7, going a mile and a 16th. I single on my best bet of the day, the 5 Dynamax Prime for the Red Hot Barn of Jerry Englehart, who's hitting about 50% here at the meet. You get George Vargas Jr. to ride the 5 Dynamax Prime. Going to be awfully tough as the favored in race 7. then guy go too deep in the finale with the 1 and the 4. $36 play for my late pick 5. It starts right now in the 4th, claiming 5,000. Filly mares 4 and up. Never won 2 lifetime here in race 4. We're going a flat mile. I have the 4 on top. Let's start there. Louise, a Maryland-bred by Great Notion. It took her a while to break her maiden, but she finally did so last out. Let's show you the race February 8th here at Laurel Park against Maiden 10, going 2 turns. She went off as the favorite, and she wins by 5.
Yeah, and clearly, her best effort to date, and looked like kind of a different mare. She was acted up in the gate 2 races prior. Maybe that's why the drop stand, right to the nickel. She might be a little bit of a quirky mare, tough to deal with, but she just takes to the 2 turns from 5.5 to a mile and a 16th. You don't see this kind of result, especially at lower level maidens, much less anywhere. That's a tough transition to make. She wins it with style. She's going away with some energy to the wire. Right back for 5. That's the only concern. You might see some takers in here with the Maryland bred stand. So
sure.
Louise brings that effort back. She's probably going to win. I go with Shall Try, a horse that we had 2 races back in November. A little quicker flow last time, kind of chewed her up on the front end. I think it's going to be a little bit more relaxed up front today. She's going to be around a long time up front. Yeah, I think her best effort's going to be on it or just off the pace. A jam job. Rodney's done well with these horses off the pass. He's about 26% over his career with these droppers.
Yeah, and a sharp work February 5th right here at Laurel. 5 furlongs, 101 and 3. That was a bullet that day for the 5 Shall Try. So, yeah, nice class relief today. The 7-pound apprentice Ty Pushtina, who won on this filly 2 starts ago, she's back aboard. She's been the regular rider in all 6 career starts. So we both like the 5 Shall Try here in race 4. We both like the 9 as well. On the far outside, the 9 Tropical Runnings rallied from way back. Was 16 lengths out of it. Last out, going 6 furlongs at this level. Rallied for a good second with the 5-pound apprentice Kymar Trotman aboard at 9-1 last out. We'll get a decent price once again today on the 9 Tropical Runnings.
I like the move here, stretching out. She's got an okay number for this group along. And last time she was under some pressure early and just wasn't taken to it. Dropped well off, but I tell you, she caught my eye the last 1/8 of a mile. Was able to kind of work between horses through the final furlong. This horse finished up quite well and kept on going through the gallop out. It's going to have to be a timed ride going from the 6th to the mile.
Sure.
But good effort first time over this racetrack.
All right, let's turn the page here. Late pick 4 starts in race 5, and this is one of our features of the day. A nice maiden claiming $50,000 for 3-year-olds going a mile and a 16th. We kick off the late pick 4 here in race 5, and a big scratch. Your 3-5 morning line favored. The 2 Padrino's Heart is scratched from race 5, so I end up on the 6 Glorious Weekend. My top pick for trainer Marco Salazar. I'm not crazy about this horse, but this race is kind of wide open. It's not the toughest maiden 50. Glorious Weekend, a good third 2 starts ago, going 7 furlongs at this level. And then a wide journey last out with a 10-pound apprentice at 10-1, and it's an okay 4th at this level going a mile. This will be the 3rd start in the Salazar barn. I'll take a shot here with the 6 Glorious Weekend on top.
Yeah, not a bad try last time. I expect a little bit more punch. It didn't bring it. Shorter field here, scratch the 2. I like Giant Viking. Here's a little stat here for Gary Kapp. Sprint to route, 2nd career start over the last couple years on the dirt. 3 for 6. All right, ROI of over $7. We got it done with Pat Snowfool a couple weeks ago, right? At a price, I think Giant Viking. You look at the mare, 4 for 18 going long and did it on the front end. First time gelding is this 3-year-old by the factor, Giant Viking. I know Revolutionary Roadshow speed on the turf. I think this is going to be the controller up front.
Yeah, I used the horse for sure. Jevion Toledo had a nice day here yesterday. So the 3 is going to be tough here. We both, how about the 5, Canal Point for trainer Cal Lynch, a 3-year-old by Majestic Warrior. Angel Sora is back aboard today. He was aboard for the debut. They tried maiden special weight going 7 furlongs in the mud. The horse went off 17-1. Late interest. You see the comment line there. Late interest. The running line doesn't look very good, but the comment late interest makes you think the horse finished with some interest. Now we're stretching out to 2 turns today, and you know they're in for maiden 50, but they don't drop too much here. So the 5 Canal Point we both like here.
Nothing gets by my man Willard upstairs. Okay.
Right.
I'm just telling you, late interest, beating 18 lengths. go with it from there.
All right.
You know, so it looks like he's trying to wake you up a little bit.
Get some more real estate
Mm-hmm.
today. So
Yeah.
nice maiden 50 going 2 turns there to kick off the late pick 4. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 kicks off the final pick 3 of the day. It's a maiden claiming 10,000 filly mares 4 and up, going 6 furlongs to 2. She's a Lemon Drop Kid by Lemon Drop Kid, a 4-year-old filly now in the Anthony Farrier barn. They tried this filly in Kentucky last year. They tried maiden special weight at Kentucky Downs. Look at the purse of that race, $135,000 maiden special weight at Kentucky Downs. Wow.
Why wouldn't you try it?
That was going 6 furlongs on the turf. No good. It was 26-1 that day. And then was the favorite against a maiden special weight at Keeneland last October going long on the turf. Was the favored and didn't hit the board. Was 8th that day, beating almost 10 lengths. But it's fired a couple respectable Buyer speed figures. Now a big drop to the maiden 10. We tried dirt for the first time, and you get Angel Soares to ride.
Yeah, it was hard for me not to make this horse the favorite. You know, first time on dirt, you know, you got the drop. Got to say it already, hasn't really run fast, and looks like she just kind of wants to run second. She's a Lemon Drop Kid. Mare was 0 for 6 on the dirt, but you go back to the second dam, was a 4-time winner. You're looking to bring this horse should transition, but man, a giveaway here for 10,000 for Tony Farrier and company. I like the Ray as a shot. You're going to get a price here, I believe. You might not get 12-1. I'll take 6 or 8-1 on DeRay. The speed, a beaten favorite at Monmouth back in the summer, revamped, a mile work under its belt. I like you're going to put Rebecca Labar. That's going to keep your price. You know, a lesser known jock, low inexperienced jock. Go to the front and hang on, and let's go ahead and take this thing wire to wire.
All right, so a wide open, big field there. Race 6, a maiden 10 to kick off the final pick 3. Race 7, a nice event. This is one of our features of the day. This is my kind of race here. Some salty campaigners in here. They're all well-accomplished runners, claiming 12,500, 4 and up, going a mile and a 16th. And, yeah, you see earnings like 251, 269, 160, 159. A bunch of nice horses in here. My best bet of the day is in race 7 to kick off the late daily double, the 5, Dynamax Prime for Jeremiah Engelhardt. A nice win last out at this level, going a mile on January 20th, fired an 83 Buyer speed figure that day. It's a lifetime best for this 5-year-old by Bluegrass Cat. He's 1 for 1 here at Laurel. He's made a bunch of money. Vargas will ride today. Engelhardt, 47% so far at the meet.
Yeah, Barnes just thriving right now down at Laurel Park. His horses all seem to work strong in the morning too over this surface. Dynamax Prime, I believe, is going to be a solid favorite in this race off the gaudy number. Really fully extended it last time. Will that trip take a little bit out of him? Because, I mean, that was a battle from the top of the stretch home. I'm going to use him. I like Rare Eagle, though. I think he's going to get the perfect kind of setup today with Haynes Fever, his speed from the inside, dazzling. Oakley likes to be close. Dynamax Prime is going to be in the flow. Rare Eagle, bad trip last time. That's all I can say. Wide every step, ended up about 8 or 9 wide. Comes back, wins at the distance. This horse is going to close into it today. Schoenthal maybe extend a little bit too much last time going into the A, other than the 2 back, the 3 back. All those tries work for me here.
Sure, yeah. Rare Eagles made over $250,000, a 7-time winner here at Laurel Park. He'll be right there. So we like the same 4 horses here. The 3 40 Acres, the 2 Dazzlin' Oakie for Kieran. Some nice horses in here, and they could go any. Well, I go with a single here. My best bet of the day, Dynamax Prime, gonna be one of the favorites. I just hope he doesn't bounce off that big number. You mentioned that, maybe a bounce candidate for this horse, but the barn's certainly not bouncing these days.
No. Home run maker, I thought was going to run a little bit better. Maybe he's back to 6 is going to be his key. You know, he made that big middle move there, and the George couldn't quite sustain, but the barn is just rolling.
All right, so nice open 12-5 claimer going 2 turns there in race 7. Let's turn the page here. Race 8 is the finale. We're going a mile and a 16th, claiming $25,000 for 3-year-old fillies, and I have the 4 on top. The 4 is going to be one of your favorites. Trevor McCarthy rides this filly for trainer Hammy Smith. Let's show you the race from November 30th here at Laurel against tougher starter allowance company this day.
Yeah, this day, and settles off the pace. They went pretty good early, and this horse is going to end up making a pretty good move. This is first-time blinkers for Nana's shoes, and closes into it behind Knockout Kid. only to be beaten 3/4 of a length. A little bit squirrely there at the 8th pole. But, last time, January 4th, just couldn't get going. They went okay up front, kind of sputtered around through the stretch. But today, stretching out the 2 turns, you look at the breeding top and bottom. I think she's going to be okay going this distance. Settles in off of it. You made it the favorite to the outside. First time going long. This is an okay move, about 17% for Trum. But I like Nana's Shoes in here with You Made It.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses on top. I go with McCarthy, Nana's Shoes on top on the stretch out to 2 turns here. The 7, your top pick, You Made It, a homebred here for R. Larry Johnson and Trombetta. Nice debut win last October. Rallied from off the pace that day. Was bet down to the favorite against Maiden 40,000, and a real big good-looking win that day. And the no good against Allowance Company. And tried 32,000 last out. It catches the right group today here. Was first time blinkers last out, and ran okay against probably slightly better company than today.
Keen, you can see, called out 3 deep into an internal 22-245 and 3. They won't be going that fast today. I know the one's probably going to go ahead and right send from the inside. You made it. I like that debut. I mean, the way that they settled, just kind of professional win. Needs this kind of level, I think. Just maybe overshot it a little bit in the other than. But the numbers are going in the right direction. This is a perfect spot. Bred top and bottom to go ahead. I think this horse is going to be fine at the 2-turn distance. Maybe Pimentel draft in early, be patient, and make a steady progression to it.
All right, we both like the one Swirly Shirley from the inside. A nice maiden score. Well, that was an open 12-5 score last out. Broker maiden here for maiden 16,000 last September, and her second career win was last out wire to wire against 12-5, going a mile on a sloppy track. Rosado back aboard for John Salzman Jr. This filly probably going to try to use her early speed from the get-go for a breaking from the 1 hole.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be her best chance, I would think. I don't know if she wants to really take a ton of pressure from down inside. So, yeah, all systems go here. And maybe you made it with the second blinks off the sprint. We'll try to go ahead and stalk and hound the speed. You just don't know how things are going to develop those first, 16th of a mile, 8th of a mile going to the turn. Some other things might happen out of the gate. But Swirly Shirley, I think, is going to be the target, no doubt about it. Had things, kind of her own way. The 18th stand speed was pretty golden on that sloppy sealed surface.
All right, we both used the 6 Harbor Way, beaten favored last out at even money up there at Penn against 25,000 to life. An okay second up there. That effort, a good second the time before up there at Penn. Third at this level, 3 starts ago here at Laurel Park. She'll be right there. She doesn't she doesn't like to win too much. None of these fillies in here do, but the 6 Harbor Way, she's in a good spot here for trainer Mark Salvaggio.
Well, the key thing, you can say she's been consistent in her last 3 starts. Looks like she's going to be, to me, kind of like a presser and just hopefully can stay. Buy flat out, knees on the bottom. It's another one that indicates Miles should be all right.
All right, so that's
Miles
it.
16th, I should say. You go back to Delaware, just a little bit of a fade against better. Yeah.
All right, so that's it. Race 8 wraps it up. Hope you can enjoy holiday Sunday out here with us today at Laurel Park. Come on out here, get a couch in the sports book or a table down there in the garden terrace or tips. And don't forget, live racing tomorrow. Special holiday reminder, live racing President's Day right here at Laurel Park.
You got it. Steak tomorrow.
Steak, the Mellon Racing Media Stakes. Yep.
Good stuff. Good card tomorrow.
Timeless curls in there. A nice curling filly for Dale Capuano. That's it. We're out of time. Dave Rodman's coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.